Hello! Welcome to this tutorial. Today we are going to talk about the past simple tense. Let's get started. We use the past simple when we talk about an action which happened at a definite time in the past. Now this tense emphasizes that the action is finished. Note that we can also use this tense to talk about how someone felt about something. Let's have a look at the dialogue over here. When was your wedding? It was 3 years ago. I was beyond happy to marry the love of my life. Now in this sentence, when was your wedding? The past simple is used to ask a question about a past event. And in this sentence, it was 3 years ago. It is used to describe exactly when this event took place. And in this sentence, I was beyond happy to marry the love of my life. The past simple is used to talk about how that person felt. And with infinitives, all we have to do is add ed to create the past simple tense. Have a look at the examples below. He worked part-time as a waiter. We liked our stay at the hotel. Note that all persons have the same form. Now when a word ends with a consonant plus y, we keep the consonant and turn the y into ied when we want to create the past simple. Have a look at the following words. Cry, cried. Try, tried. And when a word ends with a vowel and a consonant, we keep the vowel, double the consonant, and add ed, as in the example below. Stop, stopped. Regret, regretted. And make sure to use the past tense form of the irregular verbs to make sentences in the past simple. For example, be turns into was or were. Eat, ate. Drink, drank. Now the past tense form of the verb be depends on the person of the subject. Have a look at the tables below. I was, we were. You were, you were. He, she, or it was. They were. Now let's have a look at the use of did or did not plus verb. Now let's start off with a positive sentence. His sister lived in Sutton, London. The negative form of this sentence would be his sister did not live in Sutton, she lived in Harrow. The question form of this sentence would be did his sister live in Sutton? Where did his sister live in London? Note that we can use yesterday, last night, not a long time ago, 2 years ago, etc. to create the past simple tense. Have a look at the examples below. Shakespeare died in 1616. Ryan did not go to work yesterday. He got sick. When did you move to Spain? I moved there not a long time ago. Note that we use did or did not with the verb to have. Have a look at the sentence below. I didn't have enough money to buy a new computer. Note how we used didn't with the verb have. But we do not use did with the verb to be, was, or were. Rather, we use it as follow. Why were you so angry? I wasn't angry. This was my usual self. Hello! Welcome to this tutorial. Today, we are going to talk about the present simple tense. Let's get started. Now, we use the present simple when we talk about things in general. Note that we use this tense to say that something happens all the time, happens repeatedly, and is true in general. Have a look at the example over here. Jane works as a barista. Her shift begins at 7 a.m. Now, in the first sentence, Jane works as a barista is the general truth. And in this sentence, her shift begins at 7 a.m. It shows that this is something that happens repeatedly, all the time. Now, when we use the first person, the verb does not change. But when we use the third person, he, she, or it, we add s to the verb. Have a look at the example below. I like apples, but my father likes grapes. Father is in the third person, so we add s to the verb like. And over here, I is in the first person, so we do not change the verb like. But when the verb ends in O, S, CH, SH, or X, we add ES to the verb. For example, in this sentence we have, my sister watches TV in the evening and my brother does his homework. Note that we added ES to the verb that ends in O and ES to the verb that ends in CH. Remember that such verbs as to be and to have are irregular. Have a look at the table below. I am, we are, you are, you are, he, she, it, is, they are. I have, we have, you have, you have. He, she, it has, they have. Note the difference between be and am. Have a look at the differences below. I have got a car. I have a car. Now let's have a look at the use of do not and does not plus verb. Have a look at the examples below. Let's start off with a positive sentence. He gets up at 6 o'clock every morning. The negative form of this sentence would be, he does not get up at 6 o'clock every morning. He gets up at 7. And the question form, does he get up at 6 o'clock every morning? Another question form, when does he get up? Now we can add time markers such as always, often, usually, sometimes, rarely, never, every day, etc. to the present simple tense. Let's have a look at the examples below. I usually cook at home, but my friends always eat at the local cafe. Kim is always late for classes. Note that we place these time markers right before the verb cook, usually cook, always eat, always late. Hello, welcome to this tutorial. Today we are going to talk about the future simple tense. Let's get started. We can refer to the future by using will, be going to, or by using present tenses. Note that we use will when we want to talk generally about future beliefs, opinions, hopes, and predictions. Have a look at the example over here. I promise myself that once I start college, I will do all my assignments on time. Note that will in this sentence is used to talk about future hopes. Now let's have a look at the use of will plus verb, the negative will not or won't plus verb. Let's start with the positive sentence. Sam will probably move to Canada next year. Future prediction. Negative sentence would be Sam won't move to Canada next year. He'll move to the US. In the question form, will Sam move to Canada next year? Another question, where will Sam move to? Let's have a look at time markers and probability markers. Time markers: tomorrow, next month, in a day, etc. Probability markers: perhaps, probably, definitely, etc. Have a look at the following examples. Perhaps it'll snow tomorrow. I'll definitely finish my essay next month. Now make sure you pay attention to the word order. Positive sentence: we'll probably do it tomorrow. Negative: we probably won't do it tomorrow. Note that some speakers use shall to refer to the future in formal situations with I and we. However, nowadays, shall is used for suggestions only. Have a look at the example over here. Shall I go or shall we leave together? In this sentence, shall is used for suggestion.